Matthew 18 and 20. For where two or three are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them. Kal halayim la Yahweh Shemi Hawashai Bahasham Lakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders. Peace, blessing, mercy, and salutation to all the brotherhood out there teaching the truth and sincerity. In the name of Yahweh Shemi Hawashai. So, most of the time we're alone. Some of us are lucky enough to have a brother in the truth in the home. My son's learning. Both of my sons are learning, but even my daughter's learning, but it's different. My daughter cannot be in the truth. She can have faith, but she cannot go and preach and prophesy. My two sons, however, they can, and they will. Not because I'm going to force them to, but because it's their heritage. It's the only thing I can give them. I can't give them a big house. I can't give them cars. I can't give them none of that shit. But I can give them this, the names, right? That's theirs. That's a legacy we pass down. Okay? So for most people, there's a thing called a church. You will go to this thing called a church, and you will do things based on a drip. Well, now, what's a drip, Kawak? What are you talking about? What do you mean a drip? I need an explanation. Okay? A drip is, and when you're working out, there's release of neurotransmitters like dopamine, serotonin, and the fucking other one, I forget what it is. But that's a drip. When you're afraid, there's another drip, an adrenaline drip, or your adrenal glands secrete, and you get either you get flighty or you get fighty. So what I mean is, you're jogging right down the street. You're just jogging. You're in the zone. You're feeling great, and all of a sudden you feel something nipping at your ankles. It's a pit bull. Whether your response is to fight or flight, the drip will tell you. Your body's going to react the way it's supposed to. Meaning, if you're a runner, if you're a fucking runner, there's a difference between he who fights and runs away and a fucking runner, a coward. You will run. Now, this story I'm telling you is very specific. It happened to me. I was running, and a fucking pit bull tried to bite my ankles. What I did was, immediately after the drip, I got fucking mad, and I wanted to kick that motherfucking dog, and that dog knew, and it backed up, and it kind of wanted to fight me, but I just decided to keep going, and it didn't chase me. The drip is important. Now, what kind of drip is there for faith? I need to do that study. That's a good study to do. Because a drip for faith must be intense. Because you don't see nothing. You don't see nothing. Like, I don't see my Lord Yahushua. I haven't seen him. I haven't seen none of the promises that he's making. I haven't seen them. But Hebrews 11 and 1 tells you that faith is the substance of things not seen, right? But you still believe it. So that is amazing. To believe in something that you haven't seen, that's called faith. And then when you get the Holy Spirit, well, that's the most amazing drip. Now, I don't know how many times the Holy Spirit fell upon me. I'm pretty sure it happens every time we go prophesy or preach or go out to the court, right? I'll call it the court. Because we're preaching and prophesying the downfall of this wicked kingdom, and we're bringing up charges. That's another drip. All these things increase your faith. So when there's 2 or 3 people preaching in the name of Yahweh Shemi Hawashai, your faith increases, right? Like 7 weeks ago, I looked in the mirror and I had fat boobs and a big gut, and my arms were skinny, hurt. And I said, that's fucking disgusting. I said, that's not me. So, and I started, some sort of, because I was taking Tomcat, and I'm taking it now, and it's the real shit. It's the real deal. It pumps you up, gives you some sort of energy. Like, it boosts your testosterone, increases your libido. Now, these things are important for a man because it makes you feel like a man. Not just that, if you're exercising and you have faith that what you're doing is going to produce results, and you keep doing it, right? That's why we keep prophesying and preaching. Because it's going to produce results. It's going to produce saving. Like, we're going to get saved. That's really the most important part of what we do. Like, what we do is show our faith. And it's not like any other thing in the world, right? Because if you have faith in, let's say, and nobody does, if you have faith in Pokemon, you're going to believe in Pokemon, right? You're going to say, oh, look, there's Charizard, and you're going to be lost in the sauce. But however, reality tells us that Yahushua is real. And there's no amount of people talking down on the Bible and talking down on Hebrew Israelites. There's no amount of that shit that's going to work. Even if they fucking went to the extremes of killing my family and almost killing me or even killing me, I tell them, man, go fuck yourself. My belief is based on a miracle that happened to me. And miracles have been happening for me and about me. Right? I told you brothers about when I saw those chariots. I saw them chariots. I see a bunch of chariots. And it's a faith booster, right? It's like steroids. So if your faith was a muscle, you'd be pumped up, right? You'd be pumped up upon seeing that beautiful, beautiful thing, beautiful spirit. So it happened very early. I have seen him. Oh, I'm tripping. I'm lying. Salakia. I have seen him before. I've seen him a lot. I've seen him a lot throughout my life. And I didn't know what they were, but now I know what they are, and that increases your faith, right? So, the name. The name. It says in his name. Not in his person. Not in his actual appearance. So we don't take a picture. Well, we do have posters of what Yahushua looks like. So like it. But we're not worshiping that picture because there's a few different depictions of him. We don't know how his nose looks. We don't know how his mouth looks. We don't know how his ear looks. It's very similar to ours, but our power has melanin. That's really a superpower. I don't know if you're gonna go to the beach this summer, but people get sunburned. I get a little sunburned. It's because I don't have enough melanin. And if you don't have enough melanin, look at this fucking retard. There's an open fucking ATM on the other side, and this fucking retard just comes behind me. Anyways, so we're just believing in his name. And his name is important. Because that's all we have, and we have solid evidence with his name. Because we've seen it. I mean, we see the name. And right here, like if we look at the name, like it'll say Jesus, right? But then you click on the meaning of it, like you should. You should be searching out those words. And once you search out those words, you get an understanding. Right? You get a perfect understanding. For example, if I cough, you say you're coughing. If I sneeze, you say you're sneezing. If people look at a picture of Caesar Borgia, what are they going to say? Oh, that's Jesus. Oh, that's Jesus. That's Jesus. Because that's what they think. It's easy to think that because that's what you were trained to believe, right? And when you're trained to believe something, it's hard to break that spell, right? So you have to break that shit down. That's why the apostles have a page called Breaking Strongholds. And a stronghold is something that protects either a lie or the truth. Have you ever like some parents have a stronghold on their kids, right? I tell my kids, use your fucking brain. But some parents make decisions for their children, and that doesn't always turn out good. It doesn't. And when it doesn't turn out good, there's consequences. And when there's consequences, people start to suffer. Right? So, do your studying. Because the name is where you get the beginning from. You start breaking stuff down. Oh, this means that. That means this. Oh, it's not like that. Oh, I didn't know. And then you start correcting yourself. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.